Hi again, everybody. Mike, the disgruntled mechanic here. I have a couple new subscribers on YouTube. That's great. If you like my channel, how about subscribing to Disgruntled Mechanic on YouTube? If you don't like my channel, subscribe anyhow. What the heck? You can give me dislikes and thumbs down. Today what I'm going to work on is the good old 2002 2500 HD Chevy that I've been doing some things on. Today's job is ball joints. The part about this that puts me in a deficit already is, for some reason, someone put their lift right next to the wall, rather than putting it in the middle like some people suggested of the garage in the middle bay. So I'm over in this cramped corner doing the right side ball joints. So you'll probably see me tripping, falling around, who knows what, till I get through this process. That's today's job. So I got her up on the lift. I'm going to take the tire off. I'll get set up here and I'll be back from the start. And then you can see, oh, and the lighting's bad back here too, so I don't know how well you're going to see or anything. And then you can see how cramped it is and what I'm working in here, but I know whose fault it is. Okay, I can see this is going to be a challenge already. There's hardly any light back here. Little shadow on my face there, sort of look ready for Halloween. Yeah, I know, I could go as the Amishman if I had my hat on. So I'm going to take the tire off here quick. We'll roll that back and we'll go from there. First problem, tire doesn't want to come off. So let me beat on this sucker, and then when I get her off, I'll be back. It's surprising what a well-directed piece of 6x6 will do. There's absolutely no room in this corner. Okay. And in case you can't see, this baby is rusty. And I think you can see, I'll get my light out here, like this is a terrible corner. But everything here is just rusted something awful. So we'll try and get out what we can. We'll get her out of here and try and be as careful as possible and see what happens. Poor baby. What I've been trying to do here is get these two bolts off that actually hold the, oops, down, it's in here, that actually hold the whole caliper. It's a caliper bracket to hold the caliper, so take these off and I can swing this out of the way. What I ended up doing was getting my 3/4 inch ratchet with a 21mm socket on it, 1/2 inch drive, and going down, and I finally got this cracked loose. I have the bottom one out. I used my 3/4 inch, the old trusty 3/4 inch impact on that, but I couldn't get in here with it. So what I'm doing right now is just getting these bolts out, and then once I do that I'll get back, because it is cramped and it really is hard to work in here. I don't like to have this happen, but I didn't have a, well, I did, but I couldn't find it and got impatient. I usually try to like to use a 6-point socket on these, but all I had was a 12-point. And I got these edges rounded off. I'd really like to find another bolt, and I may order one before I put this all back together, because I got the corners rounded off, and I'll probably be the next guy, poor sucker, who will have to put it in, so I might as well make sure that I get it fixed right in case I have to take it off again. And I'll be using Loctite also. So the next thing I'm going to do is, if I can find a place here somewhere, as this here assembly comes off, I'm going to take this off. Yeah, it does. Alright, well, seems like the calipers may be a little tight. Let me go get a pry bar to try and pry this off and get this hung up. Actually, what I may do is, there's a small little bolt in here. I'm not sure what size it is. I'm sure it's a millimeter size, probably 10 millimeter. I'm going to try and get that out so I can take this bracket off and move this whole, hopefully this whole thing out of here. That'll probably break off too, knowing the way things are going. But let me get a couple tools and I'll be back. Of course, I got her on here. I bent this back a little bit, got that pried out of there. But to try and get this bracket off, I got a 6.10 millimeter on there. Maybe I'll get a little more leverage. I'm afraid of it snapping off. It's either going to round or snap off. It's just the way it usually goes for me. Even though I try to be careful. Let me get the schmug out of there, all the junk and crud, and get a little more leverage, and we'll come back to this baby. I'm going to try and give myself every chance here. I don't have it rounded off yet, but I'm going to clean this rust and crap out of here. I really don't think I'm going to have much chance here. I really don't. Like I say, it's probably going to snap off. But we'll give her a try. Huh. Well, glory be in Begorra. I think it's actually coming. And I am using Croil. My PB Blast ran out. Well, I do have some, but I had some Croil here. So I figured, well, we'll try to Croil. We'll run what we brung. We'll use what we have, you know. We'll take this and run it up. Yep. Yeah, I mean, if you would have asked me to bet on this, I would have bet it was going to be a no-show and no-go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this bolt right back in there so that I don't lose it. I try to put as much stuff back to where it came from when I'm taking it out, because I'm terrible at remembering where I put stuff. Now, I'd like to get this unhooked. I know it goes down to the speed sensor in there somewhere. Maybe I'll just pull this one out. Maybe that'll give us enough room. I think that just pulls up. Hey, I'll use her on everything, you know. I'm going to go and get my little puller to pull that out of there. That one on the outside of that, alright. So, let me go get my puller and pull that out. Break it off probably. I know I'll have the camera off, but I'm going to come back in here and fall on my ass. Let's see if I can. There we go. Right tool, you know, it works nice. So now we got that. Probably still not going to be able to lift this up around here. Alright, let's get the bar in here. I'd say them brake pads are tight. Probably a frickin' stuck caliper or something. Better watch this. Pull a little more on that line than I wanted to. Alright. Now I think I should be able to squirrel up through here. Well, maybe I'll just hold her there for now till I get this off. Maybe we'll just set it in there for now. I want to get this out of here. Hopefully that doesn't fall. I don't like doing it that way. Alright, let's see what we got here now. I don't know what size that is. We'll see if we can get that out of there. That'll probably spin around there like, son of a gun. Oh yeah, the dust cover, back dust cover, that's pretty much gone. Oh my God, this is just ugly, 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 ugly. And the reason we got to take this off, we were doing this upper one. That's just right there. Had to be gravy, but we want to do the lower one too. So we got to take all these goodies apart. Now let me find the appropriate size tools, and actually I'll take this axle nut cover off next. I think we'll take that off, get that axle nut off, and pull this apart and see how hard that hub's going to come off of there. Keep dragging more and more tools back into this little friggin' hole. I'm going to have to start taking some out. This probably hasn't been off in a long time either. It's probably going to get bent up a little bit, but that's the way it is. Try and take her around and get her out of there slow. Slow. Works for that too. Alright, now we'll see if we have the appropriate size for our axle nut here. Get this and get that out of the way. Okay, the 35 looks like the appropriate size, so let's see how we do with her. And off she comes. Looks like it's the right size. Alrighty. Take that off. I think I had this side apart one other time because I know I replaced the wheel bearing on this at one point. This should pull off of here. Don't want to pull back on that too much. What happened was I was trying to get the rotor off, and of course it was rusted like everything else. So basically what I did was, let me get her back on here. It was actually froze on here, so I took my Croyle and the PB Blast and my handy dandy air hammer with the smasher end on, and I smashed around here working the PB Blast Croyle in. Kept doing that. Then I actually took a chunk of wood against here with the big hammer and pounded it, and finally it gave loose. This friggin' rust, man, it's just a matter of you know, who's gonna win. It's just makes the job a lot tougher. No wonder they booked this job at 5.5 hours for severe. I'm saying severe. Alright, now what I'm going to do is, in here, see what size this is, and I'm going to take the sensor out, get this out of the way so I can lift this out of the way before I get to the upper ball joint. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to get this little ABS sensor out of here, get the right size that I need for that, move this out of the way, and then take this whole caliper here and swing it over to the side and get it out of the way so I can get to this top ball joint. So that's next on the list. I'm just going to find out what size this is here because I'm not sure, and we'll go from there. After digging around in there, it looks like it's an Allen. Let me give her a little blow here. Come on, blow, blow. Alrighty. So we got her blown on out of there. Now, how do you think this one's going to work to come loose? Let me find my 3/8 inch drive in the pile of rubble. Not 100% sure if it's spinning around in there or actually coming out. Well, it's either the wrong size or it got it rounded out. Let's go up to the next size. It's so rotted in there. I mean, I hate to make that up as an excuse, but it is just nasty bad in there. Nasty bad. Nasty bad. Yeah, that's not the size. What was the other size? Well, I've done it before. Maybe I can smash the bigger size in there to let us do it. Wow, that's really off. Maybe I could smash the right size in there and it pound her down. Maybe that's what I should have done. Well, she's tighter, so let's see if she plays or not. Round and round she goes. Shit. Yep. Let's go up to the next size. The other trick I do is I've taken Torx already and smashed them in there. And I may do that. Maybe the pounding will help loosen the crap up a little bit too. Ho-ho! Mama said, knock you out. I know something's going to go terribly wrong because this just shouldn't be happening, you know. At least not to me. Now we'll give that a little tappy to get her out. Made my little, where's my little pry fork that I had. Try a little pry fork here. Wow. God, I hate working on this freaking stuff that is in such bad shape. Be gentle, just maybe. How long can my luck last, huh? Probably not much longer. The reason they call me the disgruntled mechanic, or I call myself that, or whatever the case may be. Well, I'm not sure. I think I might have pulled it out of its guts. Well, you know what I'm going to do with it, don't you? We're going to put her back in there. And if it has a problem, well, then we'll just have to go from there. Yeah, that was its outside. Oh well, that's the way it goes sometimes. I knew things were going too good, but it just wasn't going to come out of there. We'll just stuff it back in when the time comes, and when we have the error code, we'll know what it is and why. We'll get some cleaner and clean that off before we put it in. But alright, no time to cry about that. Now we can move this out of the way to get this over here where I prefer to have it. Okay. Oh well. We'll see what happens. She won't care anyhow. Hey, nice piece. Alright. So here's all this. Now I guess we'll work on getting the bolts out of these ball joints. Let me find out what size they are. Actually, maybe I'll take the tie rod out. We'll see what size it is and I'll be back. Okay, it's our 21, so let's see how we make out with getting that out of there. Up and over. Then I brought the pickle fork over and I was going to use that. But I think I'm going to use the other method because I want to try and I actually want to try and save this seal because I don't want to have to replace this yet, even though it's probably overdue. But the method I do is with the big old hammer. Should have my safety glasses on. Be right back. I'm going to get them. Okay, here we go. We're ready to whack it off. Let me put you down here a little more and over. There we go. That worked out pretty nice. Okay, so we'll see what this top one is. Not sure what size that is. Well, just for gits and shiggles. Alright, that's not going to get up in there, is it? Nope. Looks smaller anyhow, so probably a wrench is going to be our best bet up there. I'll go get one and be right back. Okay, it appears to be 18 millimeters, so I got my 18 millimeter ratcheting. Just in case that's, I don't want that to turn on the stem. Put a little bit on there, I think I'll tighten her back up. Smack myself in the head. Alright, I think I'll just let that there like that. Now, I'm not sure what our bottom one is. Probably the 21 the way it looks again. Well, let me find that. Next step I'm going to do is clean some of these tools out that I don't need when I get this part done, because I'm getting to the point where I'm going to be tripping all over everything. Ooh! Wow! Bigger than 21. Well, I'm not sure I'm going to have the size I need, unless it's 22. I got one of those. Let me go try and find the right socket for the job. Alright, it's probably some 20-something millimeter size, but a 15th, 16th works. So that's what we're going with. There she is. Alright, I'm going to replace these, so we'll just get the pickle fork. We'll do the... maybe I'll try banging them. Let me put my frickin' glasses on, though, because every time I do something, I'm getting crap in them. Let's move this out of the way, because that'll be broker than what it is. That ain't gonna work in there, you know that, right? Alright, pickle fork time. That's what it's for. So I bought this nice tool. Kabanga, kabanga. Alright, on to the bottom. Don't think she dropped. Alright, I think all we gotta do now is let her drop down. Hey! Kabong! Push the axle back a hair. I'll take my other nut off, I guess, huh? And there it is. Nothing to it. So now it's time to get our bulgy joints out, which I'll be back when I get my ball joint press and we'll go to it. Alright, so what I'm going to try is my ball joint press with this lower ball joint. The shaft's sort of in the way and sort of not on here right. I got this long cup to try and force this down through. So I got the right size here. We'll put a little air to her and I guess we'll decide to see if she wants to come out or not. Okay, away we go. Don't know if she's hitting the cup or what. She's starting to go down. So, because I'm not exactly square. We'll keep hammering on her, see what happens. Well, it's starting to go. I think I'm going to try and I think I'll loosen it up. See where the cup's at here. She was moving, and it looks like it's in the cup, so we're going to keep on at her. I see it's turning crooked. Coming. It's wanting to come. I don't know if it's catching up on here. If the I don't feel a. You know what? There might be a snap ring there that I missed. Let me go under here. No, don't appear to be. Well, it just have to be just square to be right for that. Crap. Let me decide what I'm going to do and we'll go from there. Ah, yes. Alright, I was using my OTC, and what happened was I broke the cup on it because I think I was stressing it too much. It's a pretty heavy cup, but oh well, that's the way it is. So what I've been doing is hammering on it and using my croil, and I'm getting her to go down. Now I'm going to take this and see if we can get her pop. I'm going to take my this here, that there, and see if we can get her pop the rest of the way. Da-da-da-da-da. She's out. By golly. Well, that's why it broke that, because I didn't realize that this was so big and I didn't have the proper cup for it. I didn't realize this rim was so big, so that's pretty much my fault. So there you go. Got the bottom one out. Now we just got to figure out how to press it back in. Not sure if we have the stuff to do it or not, but there it is in all its glory.